Restoration and renewal under Mehmed I and Murad II Mehmed I. He reinforced the Islamic judiciary, invited Sufi orders, reasserted provincial control. His reign was brief but stabilizing, a governor stepping in to prevent fracture. In 1414, he convened council with scholars and generals in Bursa, establishing tradition for future sultans to consult the ulema. Murad's armies reconquered northwestern Anatolia and countered crusader forces at Varna. At Varna, once again, the war-banded knights from Poland, Hungary, Wallachia, and others were crushed. King Władysław III fell, and European hopes dwindled. He built caravanserais and bridges, repairing the roads for commerce. Bursa, Edirne, and then at last Istanbul someday. He institutionalized the divan, staffed by viziers appointed based on merit, and enforced timber system granting land to cavalrymen in return for military service. Walls of the city had stood for centuries, but by 1453, artillery had changed the game. He centralized administration, codified laws in the Khanate, and reinforced the ulama's authority. Grand protests and high artistry alike reflected Ottoman dominance. Mehmed brought 80,000 troops, janissaries, elite artillery, and naval fleets. He laid siege on the 6th of April 1453. For 54 uninterrupted days, bombardments took toll sections toppled. A carefully timed major assault on the 29th of May succeeded. Ottoman troops poured in. The icon of Emperor Constantine Palaiologos fell. Constantinople became Istanbul. Provinces were governed by beyler as military administrators. Below them, Sancaks and Timurs balanced power between state, military, and local notables. Mehmed entered on horseback, declaring, "Today the world is overtaken." A new capital. At Medina arose, amid Byzantine palaces, Hagia Sophia was repurposed. Scholars from east and west were invited. Istanbul became the heartbeat of a pluralistic empire. This land grant system tied military service to local tax revenue. Mosques such as the Green Mosque in Bursa were built. Education flourished, schools, hospitals, and charitable foundations multiplied. Murad faced immediate threats: Mustafa's rebellion, Christian incursions in Europe. Murad's reign grew both in territory and institution. At 21, he was ambitious and well-educated in statecraft and warfare. He dreamt of delivering history's great prize, Constantinople, the door to the world. Byzantium was reduced, Christian influence retreating, and the great city was the final piece. In 1444, though, Murad briefly abdicated to a religious life. His young son, Mehmed II, took charge. But invasion from the east forced Murad back. In the early 1450s, Murad prepared forces for the ultimate prize, Constantinople. Mehmed II the Conqueror. Caravans crossed Asia Minor. Ships sailed Black Sea and Mediterranean. This continuity shaped world events from Europe to Africa and Asia. Mehmed II ascended again when Sultan Murad II died. It spanned from the Danube to the Euphrates, from Crimea deep into Greece, its capital a vibrant metropolis. But the Ottoman legacy was more than land. Construction of massive cannons fell to Orban, a Hungarian foundry master. Mehmed's ambition didn't stop there. He invaded Greece, subdued the Morea, beat rival claimants, and turned a mosaic of peoples into a single imperial organism. Society, administration, culture, and religion across all these sultans, a distinct Ottoman world emerged. Administration, the sultan at apex, assisted by the divine. The geography of Anatolia provided both refuge and launching pad for expansion. The internal diversity of the empire, Turks, Greeks, Slavs, Armenians, Jews forced innovative governance solutions, birthing the millet system. Military structure, the Janissaries trained through Devshirme became elite infantry. The Sepaki cavalrymen granted land in return for service. When expansion slowed, Firearms and navy became increasingly vital. Law and religion. Sharia coexisted with the canon. Judges handled Islamic cases, writs, and state matters handled by the secular court. Millet system emerged. Religious communities, Christian, Jewish, Armenian, managed their own internal affairs under sultans' oversight. Over the next centuries, the Ottomans would expand into Egypt, North Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, deep into Europe. But their rise, sparking from Osman's frontier camp, embodied the timeless lessons of unity, vision, and resilience. Culture and scholarship, calligraphy, architecture, carpets, ceramics, new schools and hospitals. Intellectual life was dynamic. Turkish, Arabic, and Persian were in use. Scholars composed treatises on law, astronomy, medicine. Empires spanned multiple cultures: Aegean, Black Sea, Mesopotamia. Ottoman artists absorbed Byzantine mosaics, Seljuk motifs, Persian poetry. Economy and trade. Bursa, then Edirne, then Istanbul became hubs of east-west trade. Silk from Asia, spices via Venice, local crafts, and produce. The state regulated guilds, collects tariffs, mint coins, the Aki becoming standard. Legacy and impact. When Mehmed II died in 1481, the Ottoman Empire had transformed. Political longevity. It would outlast the Western Roman Empire, ruling for 6 centuries. Cultural fusion. A Muslim state ruled vast Christian Orthodox and Jewish communities, governed not by forced conversion, but by structured autonomy. Ottoman religiosity was proud and pluralistic. Imperial template. Bureaucracy, standing army, and militarized governance were models for future European empires. The Timur system especially inspired later military feudalism. East-west conduit. Istanbul became the gateway. Spices traveled west, scholars traveled east, crafts diffused across continents. From foundation to empire, the bigger picture. From Osman's cattle raids to Mehmed's mighty cannons, this story is one of bold leadership, organizational genius, and strategic adaptability. Crucially, Ottoman power relied on institutions. The Devshirme and Janissary corps offered loyal, professional military, distinct from tribal loyalties. The Timur system tied land to service, distributing provincial governance. The Divan enabled effective central authority amid local autonomy. Economy also underpinned everything. Ottoman rulers safeguarded trade, encouraged artisans, and minted reliable currency, setting the stage for cultural flourishing from Suleimani Mosque to illuminated manuscripts. Epilogue. The Eternal City and Beyond by 1453. The sun had set on Byzantium but dawned anew on Istanbul, a city soon to be the beating heart of a global empire.